Okay, this is coming along. I was not able to open up this file. When I opened up that file, it only had just one cylinder in it. I did not see the face in there, so you might want to double check those files. Um, Probably a little dents in the back of the head. You might want to loop some of those back in on themselves, but I can show you that later. Generally, what I look at is where do things look really stretched and where do they look really dense. So, when I look at these long, thin faces, they look kind of stretched. Some of this looks a little stretched out, like over here a little bit, there. And then where do they look really dense? Like really dense at the corner of the lips, right here. One tool I always liked was the on their surfaces, the sculpt geometry tool options, and I have it on smooth, probably a soft brush, and under stroke you want reflection. Let's see how it does it on both sides. That's different from symmetry. It's like its own system for that. And then anywhere that looks a little bit problematic and can just sort of touch it up with this. Sort of spreads out the, oop, that was maybe too much. Uh, Spreads out the edges. It kind of evens out the topology a little bit. Hmm. Oh, but do click often so then you can undo. It just goes a long way of touching that up, and then maybe gonna just shrink these down. Hold down B and left mouse drag to adjust the size there. Seems like you've got an edge. Um, this edge seems to be right on top of the edge next to it. So, and then just kind of readjust these to fit the eyeball better. But you might want another loop here, maybe, and maybe here. Like if you need it, you can add one there and there, because I can kind of see. But then you want to go back in and adjust all those points along that. Yeah, I mean, this tool also does stuff like, for example, let's go back in that shift surfaces, sculpt geometry tool option. It's also got like, let's say you wanted to like pull out the cheeks a little bit more. Well, I could take this and go pull and do it along the normal. And it's a bit big, so let's change the max displacement to 0.1 and see how it's just with each click it's sort of pulling out the cheek shape. I'm not saying that's what you want to do, I'm just saying it's a nice tool for some of this stuff. I'm not really happy with what that's doing, but I can then smooth back that down, maybe push it in a touch. Oops, I'm still on pull, that's push. Anyway, you might have some fun playing around with this, and it could, help. Maybe you can even out the forehead a little bit. This is, it got uneven. You'll have to remirror the head. Those nose edges could probably shift right mouse click, slide edge. Some of these could come up to even out the nose a little bit. This got a little broken. I might have done that with all my messing around with that smooth tool. So be cautious with it. I think I overdid it there and screwed this up, which isn't so great. There's some concerning looking stuff here. I guess it's alright. Yeah, that's going to be some difficult surgery to get that put back together. I might actually go back to the save and start over. So that doesn't look good. So I don't know. I hope this helps you a little bit on the face. So yeah, it's just another tool to use. But generally, look for trying to even out the topology, add the detail where you need it, make sure you adjust the detail as you go, and yeah. Let me know if you have any other questions.